What's going on, fish tank people? Dave here, finally with an update on my 29-gallon planted tank. This one should be a lot shorter than my first video where I kind of gave you a tour around the whole thing, so if you missed that, go check that out. I guess I'll just talk about the changes that have happened, which have been numerous. First of all, stock-wise, you may notice I have fewer fish in here. I lost all but this one orange Mickey Mouse platy about 2 weeks after my last video. They all started not eating, and I still to this day don't quite know what happened, but they all got some kind of gut parasite, and they all just croaked it in the span of about 1 week. But this girl here, she is indeed a fireball, which is what my daughter named her. She's a tough fish. She was sick for a while, but then she bounced back, and ever since then she's been just a super strong fish. Her fins are always straight up in the air, well, most of the time when she's not skimming the surface, but yeah. I've got 4 white clouds left. I had one just, I can't remember how many were in here during my first video, but I came home one day from work, and one of them was just all bloated and dead, laying on top of the moss over here, so I still don't know what happened to that one. So, lost 3 or 4 platies and lost all but one of my peppered cories. This guy is a lone survivor. He's a really tough little guy too. And you may notice that his dorsal fin there is looking pretty torn up. And the reason for that is because the biggest change I've made in this tank is that I got these guys, which you may have seen in some of my other videos. Kribs cichlids. And they've already had their first batch of fry that hopefully you can see swimming around there. They're about 2 weeks old now. That is the mom right there. And Big Daddy is back in there. Of course, when I turn on the camera, they decide to hide back in here. Maybe they'll come out. So those are the big changes fish-wise. Plant-wise, I got rid of my bacopa stems that were growing in the back. I loved them, but they just started looking terrible and just melting away and getting holes in the leaves, and I just couldn't figure out, no matter how much light or fertilizer I gave them, they just didn't want to come back. So I decided to just take those out. I left one little piece floating up there just in case I might want to start them up again. But other than that, I've kind of gotten, to be honest, I've kind of gotten tired of taking care of all the plants. I decided that the reason I got into this hobby in the first place was for the fish, not to become a underwater gardener. So so I've kind of decided that I want to keep, I mean, I like live plants, I like what they do for the tank, but I'm going to keep it to some easier, more hardy species. So I've already kind of started that. I also got rid of the star repens that I had down here in front, because they were looking terrible too. And I was tired of trimming off the tops and replanting them constantly. So the only thing I have left in the way of foreground plants are these sad looking remains of my AR Mini, which are looking really bad right now. But I wasn't quite ready to give up on the only plant on here that wasn't bright green. I really like the red color these guys get, so I'm hoping they'll bounce back. There's the guy digging. This is the only time of night where this guy's allowed to dig around without being chased around by the cichlids. For some reason this time of night they keep on hiding back in this corner because they know that it's time to go to bed pretty soon. Lights are going to go off in about half an hour. So, plants I have left. Jungle Val going crazy. I'm liking that. I'm liking the kind of the crazy jungle look. You can see some of it's growing and bending over on top of the water. I replanted a few stems of that. I don't know if you can see underneath there behind the driftwood. So hopefully that'll grow up and take the place of the Bacopa stems that are gone. Java fern still doing pretty good. Java moss still going crazy, making a mess. Got my Amazon sword is still back there. Oh, there's the cichlids. I don't know, so maybe somebody can comment and let me know what this guy's doing. See if he'll do it again. The male keeps on kind of like body slamming the female down into the sand. I don't quite understand what he's doing. I don't know if he's just kind of if he's just in such an aggressive mode that he kind of picks on her too or what, but so far she doesn't seem to have any real damage. There's the babies. Focus. There we go. That's pretty good. Some baby action. Anyway, this video is getting long already, so other than that, that's the tank. No other changes except the deaths and taking out some plants, trying to keep it simple. Still have the Finex Planted Plus LED light, Aqua Clear 70 on the back, running good. One change I made in the filter was I started using actual filter floss, like, you know, real polyester fill, like what you put in a pillow, and that seems to really catch the fine particles a lot better than the little kind of pads I was putting in there. So that's it. Comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Bye.